Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy Sunday to everybody. It is the last Sunday in the month of October. Wow. We have just about 2 months left in the year, and we'll be into 2024. Who would have known? But here we are, moving right along. So come on in, guys. We're a little bit late for the morning's reading, but roll on in and let us get this out of the way. We are going to be reading Isaiah chapters 59 and 60 for this morning's reading. 59 and 60. They already texting down my phone, and that is all right. We're going to be getting into it this morning. 2 chapters for this morning, and then we will move right along. Okay? AG, how are you doing? Good morning. Happy Sunday to you, my love. Good to see you as always. I hope you're having a great morning so far. We are here, AG. We are here. I'm so glad to see you, as always. All right, guys. So roll on right on in and let us get this um out of the way. We are reading Isaiah chapters 59 and verse 60. Now, yesterday when we read the book of Isaiah in verses 56, 7, and 8, we we learned that not all fasting is acceptable. In Isaiah chapter 58, it was said that the Bible says if you go down in sackcloth and ashes and all you do is get on your knees and pray and pray and pray and pray, that is not an acceptable form of fasting. The acceptable form would be that you go out and do the very thing that you are praying for. You are praying for the poor, go out and help them. You are praying for the sick, go out and help them. You are praying for the needy, the homeless, the helpless, the fatherless, the motherless, the widow, the widower, the poor. You are praying for those people rather than being on your knees praying. And that to me is one of the most that to me is one of the most telling things the Bible can say. Because tell me how many times you have seen people praying for something. They're on their knees, they pray, they pray, they pray, they pray, pray, they pray, they pray. If you are sick and you do not go to get healing, you just stay on your knees and pray for the healing. Is the healing going to come? No, it's not going to come. It takes action. It takes action. You see your foot getting swollen, 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 swollen. Now you don't know what's wrong with your foot. And you say, oh, I'm just going to pray about the foot. You never seek to find out what's wrong with the foot. Are the blood vessels compromised in some way? Did you get bitten by something? Is your cardiac function out of order? Is your kidney function out of order? You don't seek all those things. You just say, well, I see my foot getting swollen, so I'm just going to pray about it. And you pray and you pray and you pray and you pray, and the foot never gets better. So the Bible is saying to us, that's not enough. You need action. So you see somebody with a few children, they are down on their luck, they are hungry. You got food, but you just say, well, I'll pray for you. And you get down in sackcloth and ashes and you pray and you pray and you pray. But you never offer those children a morsel of food. Ain't that so? Prayer needs action. Okay? Because in itself, prayer is abstract. It's abstract. I'm sitting here saying words. Oh, I hope you get food. I hope you get enough money to pay your rent. Oh, I hope, I'm praying, I'm praying, I'm praying. But the money is not going to come through my mouth. There has to be some action that's going to help you to acquire that money, that's going to pay the rent, that's going to help you to not be homeless. And that for me is one of the most powerful things the Bible has said so far. But when some is here, good morning, we up. Me late this morning, me say, me never go on my bed till 6:30. That's why I never lay down until 6:30. I was I was up last night. I got a lot of things I was doing, and then at about 1 o'clock my time, I sat down and started looking on the phone. I saw M&G was there. You know, I'm not going to pass by. So I spent some time with her, and then I went back to doing what I was doing. And before you know it, it was 6:30. When I looked on the clock, it was excuse me, it was 6:37. So I was like, darn, it's past the time for the morning reading. But I haven't slept, so I may as well go get me a nap. So I went to get the nap, and when I woke up, it was 5 minutes after 9. So I said, "All right, let's get on with it." This time I should have been cooking, but it's all right. It's okay. Oh, Jojo is here. Jojo, what's up? Are you doing? Sister Andrea is here as well. You see, it's not too much of a bad thing that I came this time of the morning, because when I come this time of the morning, I catch you all. When I come at this time of the morning, you all are here. So that's not a bad thing at all. That's not a bad thing. So welcome. Thank you all so much, my friends. Thank you all so much. We are on to Isaiah chapters 59 and 60. We are going to be reading. So get your book Bible or your Google Bible and come along with me. And I think we're going to, yeah, that's what we're going to do. No, we're not going to do that. All right. So let us move right along. Isaiah chapter 59 says, behold, the Lord's hand is not shortened, that it cannot save, neither is here heavy, that it cannot hear. But your iniquities have separated between you and your God, and your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear. For your hands are defiled with blood, and your fingers with iniquity. Your lips have spoken lies, your tongue hath muttered perverseness. None calleth for justice, not any, nor any pleads for truth. Thy trust is vanity, and speak lies. They conceive mischief, and bring forth iniquity. They hatch cockatrice eggs, and weave the spider's web. He that eats of their eggs dies, and that which is crushed breaks out into a viper. Their webs shall not become garments, neither shall they cover themselves with their works. Their works are works of iniquity, and the act of violence is in their hands. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity, wasting and destruction are in their paths. The way of peace they know not, and there is no judgment in their goings. They have made them crooked paths. Whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace. Therefore is judgment far from us, neither doth judgment overtake us. We wait for light, but behold obscurity; for brightness, but we walk in darkness. We grope for the wall like the blind, and we grope as if we had no eyes. We stumble at noonday as in the night. We are in desolate places as dead men. We roar all like bears, and mourn sore like doves. We look for judgment, but there is none. We look for salvation, but it is far off from us. For our transgressions are multiplied before thee, and our sins testify against us. For our transgressions are with us, and as for our iniquities, know them. In transgressing and lying against the Lord, and departing away from our God, speaking oppression and revolt, conceiving and uttering from the heart words of falsehood. And judgment is turned away backwards, and justice stands afar off. For truth is fallen in the street, and iniquity cannot enter. We are reading Isaiah chapter 59. Yea, truth faileth, and he that departs from evil makes himself a prey. And the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. And he saw that there was no man, and wondered that there was no intercessor. Therefore his arm brought salvation unto him, and his righteousness it sustained him. For he put on righteousness as a breastplate, and an helmet of salvation upon his head, and he put on the garment of vengeance for clothing, and was clad with zeal as a cloak. According to their deeds, accordingly he will repay fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies. To the islands he will repay recompense. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from the transgression in Jacob, saith the Lord. Verse 21, and this is the last verse of chapter 59. As for me, this is my covenant with them, saith the Lord. My spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth, shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed's seed, saith the Lord, from henceforth and forever. Here ends the reading of Isaiah chapter 59. And this chapter here is a very strong one. You see, this chapter is talking about the vices of those who are evil. It's talking about really, it's talking about the descendants of Jacob. Because you know the Bible, that's who the Bible is talking to and about. The enemies they refer to are the people around, not them. But it says, if you dirty your hands with iniquity, you're gonna be grappling at noonday. Noonday, the sun is high, it's nice and bright out. You should be seeing where you're going, right? But the Bible says, if your hands are dirty with iniquity, you will be grappling at noonday, meaning you'll be searching. These are figuratively speaking. You'll be searching when the sun is nice and bright. Everything is nice and bright, but you can't see. Everything is nice and clear, but you can't hear. The path is set for you, but you still are going astray. You're doing the complete opposite of what is prepared for you. A table is prepared for you to eat, but your stomach still grumbling. You're still hungry. And until you stop and recognize that, well, this ain't working. This is not working. Let me do something else. it will continue to be as such. Your you will stumble against the wall in the daytime as though it was the night. Joseph said, I told you was to go to bed, but you never listen. I don't know when but I said, Joseph, so when I start the something I can't stop. Me just have to finish it. I had a lot of things. Me still have a whole heap of stuff that I need to do. I still have a lot, and when me tell them say a whole heap of things. Me just a dash way. Jesus, Savior God. Me never realized that I have so much something for dash way. Me never realize that I have so many things. Like, what me I do with so much water jug? You can't tell me? What me I do with so much? Them little, every time me there work, them give me them little, the little water pitcher, like, where you walk around with or something. I don't need so many of them. I have so many of them that I haven't even started to use yet. I don't need all of these. They gotta go, man. They got to go. I don't need them. Start to be digging out, throwing them away. I have liquor. I mean, I think liquor them can spoil, but me find some of me not even didn't know some me have. They just got to go. One ton of picture frame. I mean, I have no picture for putting at them. Cause me not print the picture them. What in my phone. What me need those for? Me not need them. Why me need more than one food processor? I don't need it, right? I don't. Why do I need 8 of the same saucepan? Little teapot them. What me need so much for? I don't need that many. They got to GO. I don't need them. Figurine. I don't need all of them. I don't need it. There's figurine all over the place. An image of a dog, image of a puss, image of a unicorn, image of a horse. I do not need it. A whole ton of fake flowers, and I do not need it. I do not need all this fake flowers and fake decorations and all of this. I gotta get rid of them. One little broken tripod here, so and the tripod break it, can't use no more, and me still have it. Dash it away. Dash it away. I don't need it. A diary from 2001. Like, seriously, whatever happened in 2001 is already in my head. Why do I need this diary? I don't need it. 2002, 2003, 2004, put in the trash. I'm going in the trash. So I've been working hard all night, Joe. I've been working hard. Empty syrup bottle. One little toops of syrup left in the bottle. Just rinse it out, drink it, and dash out the bottle. Yeah, so I was up all night, getting rid of all of these. I have a box. Oh, I plan to put some stuff in the box, but the box sitting there empty this whole time. Tear up the box and put it in the backyard, put it in the garden, make it turn mulch. Whenever I need another box, I will either find a box or me use one pillowcase and call it a day. Right, Joe? Yeah, so that's how I'm minimizing and getting rid of stuff because I find that I have too many stuff. I have a kettle and I have an electric kettle and a kettle I don't need the kettle I put on the stove because I'm definitely not putting the kettle on the stove. I don't need it. Gotta get rid of it. Yeah. Tons of flower pots. Flower pots and more flower pots. Some of them is just like the ones that I buy the plants in. Those plastic ones, I usually take them back to Lowe's. But I find myself with quite a bit of them. So I have to pack them up again. I'm just gonna throw them in the recycle bin because it's plastic. Yeah. So we are going to move right along, my lovely people. Let us move along. We are on to Isaiah chapter 60. That was just a little detour there, my lovely people. Isaiah chapter 60 says, Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. For behold, darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. Lift up thine eyes round about, and see, all they gather themselves together, they come to thee. Thy sons shall come from afar, and thy daughters shall be nursed at thy side. Then thou shalt see, and flow together, and thine heart shall fear, and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come upon thee. The multitude of camels shall cover thee, the dromedaries of Midian and Ephah, all they from Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold and incense, and they shall shew forth the praises of the Lord. All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. The rams of Nebaioth shall minister unto thee. They shall come up with acceptance on mine altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. Who are these that fly as a cloud, and as the doves to their windows? Surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Lord thy God, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. Is this therefore saying that the Gentiles shall come and join with the Jews to glorify the Jewish God? Is that what y'all are hearing? Remember, we're reading and learning together now. Is that what it's saying here? That's what I am understanding. Verse 7 says, All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. The rams of Nebaioth shall minister unto thee. They shall come up with acceptance on mine altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. Who are these that fly as a cloud, and as the doves to their windows? Surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Lord thy God, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. That's always the part that get me. In my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor I have mercy on thee. Where where is the temperance? I have been searching for the temperance that us as men are supposed to exercise. But it's kind of lacking a little bit, if you ask me, because there's always vengeance, cruel vengeance. I mean, not these teachable moments are like real vengeance. And then there is mercy because I favor you. This is what has caused a lot of confusion where the Bible is concerned. Because there are lots of people who, lots of us who read the Bible or who believe that the Bible is supposed to be our moral guide, and whatever the Bible espouses, that's what we are supposed to embrace. We get confused a lot of times, like, is it therefore normal for me to be so angry at you that I do whatever that's going to hurt you so that you understand that I am angry at you? But then if you come back to me and you beg, then I'm supposed to show you mercy. But I say, where is the temperance from the initial issue? If you are upset, where is the conversation? Where is the sit down? Where is the coming across the table to you? I don't see it. Have you? I see vengeance always, anger, anger displayed in such a fashion that it causes harm and hurt. So if somebody knows better, somebody who can wants to explain that to me, want us to explore that a little more, I'll be willing to. But that's my view. That's what I see going on persistently. But we're going to continue reading because surely we might find some explanation for it as we have with many other confusing texts in the Bible. So let us move right along. Verse 10 says, "And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their king shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Therefore thy gate shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together, to beautify the place of my sanctuary, and I will make the place of my feet glorious. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an external excellency, a joy of many generations. Thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles, and shalt suck the breast of the kings. And thou shalt know that I, the Lord, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. So here the children of Israel are being are being promised, are being promised by their God that their gate shall remain open. The Gentiles, meaning the people who are not descendants of the children of Israel, the others around. He said their sons and their kings shall come forth. The Lebanese shall bring you the best, the best fir trees, the best pine trees to rebuild my sanctuary. Now, if you all remember when David was building this, was collecting the material for the rebuilding of Jerusalem and the sanctuary, he had he had gotten all those fir trees and pine trees and all the lumber, the cedar from Lebanon. So clearly, in those days, the area that is called Lebanon was the area that had all these nice lumber trees for them to use to build it. Now, here is Isaiah saying that the Lebanese, they're going to get all these lumber from Lebanon to rebuild the sanctuary. It's almost as if your enemies are going to become your footstool because your enemies are going to come to serve you. The same people who are not called by me are the ones who are going to provide the material that is going to build the sanctuary for me. That is supposed to be some kind of a leverage for the Jews to have over them, some kind of ego booster to say, you are chosen, you are my people. The others, the other people of the earth are not my people. They are outcasts. Now we are waiting for when the Bible is going to tell us that the other people, the Gentiles, are supposed to come among the Jews and be one. I haven't heard it yet. Have you? I haven't read it yet. Because nowhere has it ever said that they are one. It says it usually says the descendants of Jacob. And you know something, guys, I'm going to scale up a little bit here. So I was reading an article yesterday, and did you all know? Did you all know that the Israel that is Israel now, the inhabitants of Israel that had gone down to Palestine to form Israel. Did you know those were people selected out of Europe? Did you know that they had opened it up for white people wanted who wanted to go to establish the nation of Israel to go down there? Did y'all know that? And they went down there in the 1940s in droves. They went in droves to go establish Israel. Did you know that the people who were living in that region at the time, who were of a darker complexion, became second class citizens, not being given rights, not being given the same privileges as the white people who went from Europe? Did you all know that? Well, that is so. So when they were establishing the nation of Israel, they were very particular. They were very particular in the way it should look. the types of people, the complexion of the people that were supposed to be Israelites. So the people who were in the region at that time were displaced, chased out, made to feel so inferior that a lot of them voluntarily went into other countries, Egypt and Lebanon and Syria, yeah, and Palestine. And then you wonder why the war will never end. Let me tell you, it never will. That was supposed to be another safe haven for the Ite people. But anyway, we are going to continue reading because reading is so much fun. And the discoveries that I have made through reading, I could have never had in a classroom because, whatever the classroom teaches, it is vetted and they control what you learn, what they teach you. So, Sister Tisha, how are you doing, my love? Oh, Tagoma, my friend. Oh, Tagoma, my friend, is here. What's up, Tag? How are you doing? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a hot minute. How you been? How have you been? Thank you so much for coming, my friend. Thank you so much for coming. I sincerely appreciate you. Good to see you. Guys, there is my friend Tag right there who who is a very supportive friend. I just haven't seen him. I just haven't seen him in a hot minute. But here he is. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, so let us continue here. We are now on to verse 17. For brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver, and for wood, brass, and for stones, iron. I will also make thy officers peace, and thine exactors righteousness. Violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders. But thou shalt call thy walls salvation, and thy gates praise. The sun shall be no more thy light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee. But the Lord shall be unto thee an everlasting light, and thy God thy glory. Thy sun shall no more go down, neither shall thy moon withdraw itself. For the Lord shall be thine everlasting light, and the days of thy mourning shall be ended. Thy people shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever, the branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. Verse 22 and last, this is the last verse of chapter 60 of the book of Isaiah. We are getting close to the book of Isaiah. I think it has like 66. Yes. So we should be finished in the next 2 or 3 days. A little one shall a little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in his name. Here ends the reading of Isaiah chapter 60. Once again, I want to say thanks to you all for coming into the live. I sincerely appreciate it. Thanks to AG, Winsome, Tisha, Andrea. Where is Cad? Joseph. Cad is somewhere around. I know she's somewhere because I saw her this morning. and my friend Tag. And for those who came in and only listened but didn't say anything in the chat, I sincerely, sincerely appreciate you. Now, in this book of Isaiah, we see where there is there is a lot of promise. Now, don't you all forget that Isaiah Isaiah lived under five of Israel's kings. And the majority of those kings, except for Ezekiah, the others were young people. Ahaz, Joash, they were young people who were not the greatest leaders in Israel. Ezekiah, on the other hand, was a great king. And Ezekiah had tried his best during that time to rebuild the city of Jerusalem. And we know what happened with that. So the struggle has been on for a long time, and I doubt in mine or your lifetime the struggle is ever going to end where it is going on right now. So when we read the book of Isaiah, it we have to read it with some we have to read it and pause. We can't just read 4 chapters at a time because the stories are varied. And Isaiah, in his writings, he writes during different kings of Jerusalem because he lived so long and over such a time when there was so many changes in Jerusalem. So his literature does convey those changes. We hear where we speak of Ezekiah. We hear where he speak about King Ahaz. He reigned during the reign of 5 kings. So wouldn't he be a good person to say this is what happened during that time? He was a prophet. He prophesied that, well, the Lord said to him, we are going to get, that the people were going to get a Messiah. He spoke of that. It just has not, we have not read about it yet in the Bible. But he spoke of it. Remember a few days ago when we were reading? He said that they were talking about Jesus as though they had seen him already, as though he was there already. Remember they said, oh, when you look at him, you didn't have desire for him as a man. Like he wasn't like ordinary men who you look at and have desires for. You remember that? So it makes me wonder if if Jesus was there already. I don't know. But we are going to continue to read because I spoke of him in the present tense as though he was there already. He had come already to deliver them. Even though we have been taught that Jesus came into the picture in the New Testament. But it doesn't seem like that to me. If you all know differently, let me know. Because there in Isaiah, they speak of him as though he is there in the present tense, as though he is there. So we are going to continue reading because, as Sister Arelise would say, when I read it, when I read the Bible, it confuse. It does. It's a piece of work to understand the Bible. But we are still going to be reading it, and we are still going to be trying our best to understand what we have read and build on the knowledge that we get from reading it. All right? But that's where we are going to end this morning. AG say he's going live at 10:30. So guys, I am going to end now so that we can get ready for AG at 10:30. All right, AG. I'm going to go live again this morning too. I'm going to do maybe not this morning, but this sometime this afternoon. I'm going to be making my first batch of cakes today. Yeah. Yes, guys. So that's what we're going to be doing this evening. If I don't get to do it this evening, I'll do it in the morning. But that's what we're going to do. Sister Winsome says she's going to work. All right. We will see you later, Sister Winsome. We will see. What time you going to work, Winsome? Oh, at 9:30 now at Jamaica, right? Almost 9:30. Okay. Okay. And this weekend at 3 o'clock in the morning, I believe, Sister Winsome, we are going to fall back. Our time is going to fall back 1 hour. So you and I we're going to be on the same time. And I think this is the last time, if I remember correctly, gentle people. I think this is the last. I think this is the last that we are going to have this time change. I don't think they're going to do it anymore. I believe, but we will see. I think they said this time is the last time, but we will see. All right. That's where we are going to end, guys. Go ahead, get yourselves ready to have AG on your line. AG says at 10:45. All right. Winsome says she's going to work at 10:45. Oh, and AG is going live at 10:30, guys. That's going to be 9:30 for Sister Winsome. All right. So that's where we are going to end the live for this morning. When we come back later we are going to continue reading about Julie and Mike. We'll do an hour of that reading sometime today. And I have a couple of other things that we gotta get done. All right. But that's where we are going to end for this morning, guys. Until next time. This is Trev from Travessence, where your journey matters. Have yourselves a great morning, guys.